What's up guys, the Strong Boys 19 here. This is going to be, I guess, like a follow-up to what I have addressed previously when it was announced worldwide that Ozzy Osbourne had decided to permanently stop the live shows and retire as instantly. And when I had made that video, I had expressed my views on what I really think about it. From that video, I had expressed that it was the right decision. I had expressed other things too, involving my support for Ozzy to his later strugglings around his career from his own physical and mental health stages. And this is now a recent report that it's really starting to, I hate to say this, it's starting to personally be really agitated about what's been going on. Ever since that Ozzy tried once again, after a few months from his announcement of retiring, he decides to try and tour once again. But it's just as really predictable that he cannot do more of these gigs. And now there's recent reports for many of us to look at that Ozzy wants to record, and I quote, one more album and tour again next year. I'm looking at the article from the NME. This was recently posted. The legendary metal vocalist and former Black Sabbath frontman has revealed in a new interview that he has begun working on a new record, which he plans to record sometime in early 2024. Speaking to Metal Hammer, following his recent surgery, which he says would be his last, Ozzy revealed, and I quote, "I've done 2 albums fairly recently, but I want to do one more album and then go back on the road. I'm just starting to work on it now and will be recording in the early part of next year," he added. "I want to make my time with this one." We obviously know that Ozzy's health has been so weakening, and not only that he cannot properly walk and been going through Parkinson's disease in 2020 from then to today, and he had been recovering recently from his final surgery earlier this month, and I'm going to read what he says again here, and I quote, "I've had all the surgery now, thank God, I'm feeling okay. It was just dragging on. I thought I'd be back on my feet months ago. I just couldn't get used to this mode of living, constantly having something wrong. I can't walk properly yet, but I'm not in any pain anymore, and the surgery on my spine were great." That is all well and good. That's great reports to hear about the successful surgery. But the thing is now, I'm not just going to say this just because of what I really think, but this is how I personally want to feel. And I know, and it wouldn't be surprising that some Ozzy purists will be against of what I want to say in this video. Ozzy has attempted many times to please anybody, and he has done that very successfully, just like when Black Sabbath were touring for the last few years, from the 13 era to, the last final shows as Black Sabbath. And he tried a lot of times to continue touring. He was originally going to be touring with Judas Priest supporting him. And when he announced his retirement, it was something unexpected, but I was pleased, because we know that his system has been crumbling. And I hate to describe his health in random words like these, but it was the truth. You don't want to keep trying to please people of your art and entertainment without thinking about your own physical health and the body that you have that has not been as really capable of what you want to do. Your body thinks differently than what you want to do. With your choices in the direction of your career, and since Ozzy's look of himself lately, especially like him with his walking stick to what he looks like when he played at the finale moments of Birmingham's Commonwealth Games, it's been quite a struggle for me to accept it. I know that it is really bad. Just like that we have seen and looked what Phil Collins looks like. It's really saddening to see. And with Celine Dion's, which is as saddening and really, really just speechless. I couldn't find anything else to describe that. But with Ozzy, I love Ozzy, as you guys obviously know about it. As a Black Sabbath fan and supporting him heavily as a very successful and iconic rock star, I think this career of Ozzy's is really struggling to go on a high note. When Sir Elton John did his last ever shows and went out with his head held high, he then retired very successfully. And obviously with Ozzy's being the polar opposite. Ozzy does think otherwise of what I've been saying. I mean, obviously he's not watching this, but I'm sure that other Ozzy fans, besides the purists who would think differently, other fans who love Ozzy would be maybe thinking the same way as I've been talking about this in the video. Whatever Ozzy wants to do, I guess I would wish him the best. But we know that he does not look as really strong and as highly healthy anymore. If this is really going to be the final album in his discography, then so be it. But I do not know if this is really going to go as very successfully. I know that he wants to work hard. He's very passionate about being a musician. He's, mega famous, very rich. And I'm just saying this because of what I want to say. Not just because that I am a fan of what he has been doing for more than 50 years, which is an outstanding achievement, but I'm saying this in a personal way. And we, obviously in the future, will know what will happen to Ozzy. I don't really want to think about this because I love Ozzy so much. He's been a big icon of mine, and I'm sure he has touched many hearts as much as mine. I'm sorry I'm breaking down a little bit, but I just can't. I can't really want. I don't want to think about this as much anymore at this point. I'm gonna wrap this up anyway. I've done my best to share what I really want to say on this. Sorry for the silence, guys. Ozzy has not made this any easy for himself, but if it's what makes him happy to try again to make another album, then so be it. There's no doubt in mind that his career is not going to last really long. I'm very grateful to see Ozzy as the frontman of Black Sabbath. You know, nearly 10 years ago. Nearly 10 years ago. So I still wish him the very best. My heart goes out to Ozzy, and I know that he wants to really go strong. But as his career is going to go like this, I really don't know what is going to happen. It wouldn't surprise me if its upcoming tour is not going to go ahead because of his health and his appearance. His appearance. I'm sorry, guys. That's all I want to say on this. Let me know what you think of this in the comments down below. And I'm open to hear what you want to say on this. But, you know, I just could not hide this any longer. Hence, that's why I'm doing this video. But yeah, you can love a musician for being an inspiration to you. You can love a musician that speaks to you, and art from a man like Ozzy, not just in his solo career, obviously, but with Black Sabbath. It's just rewarding that we are grateful to be fans of him in our lives. And it's just so special to us. But you really got to think about your own true self in the physical way and the mental, physical ways as possible. I almost broke down, but I didn't want to really go into it so much deeper. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll keep you guys posted for more videos in the near future.